I wanted to do something other than just a 9-to-5 job. I knew I wanted to express myself creatively and showcase my work to a wider community, but I didn't know what that was. And through Instagram, like that whole platform just popped up and I was like, this is what I needed to sort of launch what I want to do.
Got no patience.
There's always going to be that fear when you're trying something new. That's not going to change. And so as soon as I realized that, it was a lot easier for me to be like, I'm just going to pursue this and see where it goes. And if it doesn't go, that's completely fine. And as soon as I was like, okay, it's fine, we can leave it, it became a lot easier from there. I never thought what I do now had any sort of relation to how I grew up in my experiences. I was like, oh, I'm just being creative and that's about it. But looking back at my childhood, I had to move around a lot and I grew up in different cultures and different parts of the world. My survival tactic was to just fly low under the radar and just sort of blend in, sort of like a chameleon, just sort of adapting to my surroundings. That was my defense mechanism and strategy to not stand out too much or not be too quiet, just be perfectly average. Growing up, I never really had a connection to my Indian heritage or my roots. I knew I was Indian, but very vaguely, because there was times where I genuinely thought I was American or I was a Singaporean. I think I did have this underlying appreciation for where I came from, but it's hard to sort of be proud of that when everyone else was a lot more white and I just wanted to fit in and be like them. More in uni and when I was working, I was like, hang on a second, my culture is really fucking cool. Can I swear? Is that? And I almost came full circle and became a lot more in tune with who I was as an Indian girl. And I want other people across the world to connect with that experience too. So I express myself through makeup by creating these almost Indian Punjabi but sort of modern looks, just fusing the two, because that is literally the experience that I had growing up. I grew up in a first world country in the Western world, but I was still quite attached to my Indian culture. That's still a part of me. So taking those two things and just fusing it together and creating something new was really liberating for me, but also really, really relatable for so many people. It's satisfying. I think it's satisfying to have an idea in your mind and actually putting it onto my face in this case, and when it works out, sometimes it's even better than the idea that I had in my head, and I think that is so incredibly satisfying.